overdue remodel. Stop by Nike's Floor Covering and check out their great selection of ceramic tile, vinyl, hardwood, and carpet. Bring new life to your home. Visit us today and experience the difference a locally owned flooring showroom can make for your home or business. Nike's Floor Covering, 919 West Spresser Street, Taylorville.
This is Megan Lopez with Nesty's Burger Joint on the south side of the Taylorville Square. To see our menu, click on our icon on TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
This is Shawla's Nagel, Executive Director at Kimmerer Village in Assumption. To learn more about our services, click on our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM. You're listening to WTIM, your information station, and we are here in our third and final segment of the morning show, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, where they put people first, and Landmark of Taylorville. I'm Grayson Bauman, and joining me in this segment is Bruce Blanchard, and he is the Executive Director of the Christian County YMCA. Bruce, how are you this morning?
Doing well, Grayson. Thanks for having us.
And glad to be had, as always. And we were talking a little bit about, this is the first time we've got to sit down and really talk a little bit. And so glad to be able to do so because there is a lot going on with the CCYMCA, whether it's the pool, renovations, wellness center. We've heard a lot about it, but now I get to actually talk to you about it a little bit here. But we're still working on raising some funds for it. Can you tell me more about the capital campaign itself?
We're getting close to the completion. We're getting close to our goal of $1,465,000. We're going to host a donor luncheon next Thursday on the 13th of March, and hopefully we'll invite some folks who think highly of the Y and want to get involved and want to help us kind of bridge that gap and attain our goal and make it a successful goal of fundraising. And but we've been very fortunate. There's so many giving people in this community, in this county, that have helped us get to where we are right now. So we're very, very fortunate, Grayson.
I think in terms of delivering on those promises and delivering on what you have been raising the funds for, I think it makes it a lot more easy to get behind.
I think one of the things when we were meeting early on with our steering committee, and I think back of Gary McNeely and John Robinson and Dan Rabb and Ron Miser and some other folks who were really big on, we have to wow them. We got to do something big. We got to show them that, we're not just putting a new HVAC system in the pool, which was highly, highly needed after 25 years, but and the wellness center, but, show the people that we're going to improve our facility. And I think we did just that. I think, and we still have a little ways to go for our completion, but with our improvements we made in the pool and our new HVAC system and the new wellness center equipment, free weights, all the new free weights and free weight equipment and cardio pieces, renovating the floor in the wellness center. And then, the activity center, the gym is amazing. It blows your mind to think what it used to look like when it was just a concrete floor and we would paint it every year, every other year. And it looked nice, but standards were anchored in the ground and cement, and our basketball standards and had portable volleyball standards, which we do now too, but we have two new systems, which is really nice. It's a Featherlight J Pro, volleyball systems. They're fantastic. We have 12 basketball standards that, they're you can raise them up or they come down from the ceiling. Yep. There's nothing on the floor. We have 3 sets of bleachers that seats a little over about 310 people. So compared to what we had before, that's a big deal for the Y.
Absolutely.
And in the flooring, the flooring it's amazing. So, we're, now our goal is just to maintain our building and keep a clean facility and keep our members, coming back in day after day after day. We're talking about that earlier about we're kind of at an all-time high right now. And for the Y to say that we have over over 1,776 memberships. We have close to 3,600 members. It's pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
It's a big deal in terms of also just what it's doing for the community, but also the community showing out and supporting what you're doing as well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it makes your job a whole lot easier.
Well, it makes you feel like what we're doing, people really appreciate it, and the service we're providing, they really do enjoy the service, and we are an important part of our community, and that's, it goes both ways. The staff, we really appreciate it. We thrive off it. That's our goal, to provide the best programs and membership services that we can, and for members to want to be involved, and some help volunteer, some just come in to work out, some there's still folks out there that, when we approached them on the campaign, they said, Bruce, haven't been a member for 10 years, but I still have my membership. And so that's kind of how I feel like we support the Y. There's so many people out there that, support the Y. So we're very lucky. Christian County is a wonderful place to live. Taylorville is a great place for a facility of our nature and our size, and to serve 35,000 people or close to it, and to have 10% as members. That's pretty cool.
I was gonna. That was where I took it too. Was just when you think about the size of Taylorville and surrounding communities, and you consider that many members, I do think that's. Record numbers. I would say is a great thing, and again, I think it's a testament to the work that's being done, and the care that's being had for the facilities themselves. I really do, in that regard. So I'm excited to maybe see the hardwood too, as well. And so coming up with that donor lunch, can you tell us the date one more time, and then maybe what we're looking to raise to bridge that gap you mentioned?
Yep, we so that date is Thursday, March 13th. The event will be around 11 to 1 for 2 to 2.5 hours. We'll have some light luncheon served. We'll talk about what we've accomplished so far in our campaign, and then we'll kind of give everyone a tour. We'll ask that they get involved and that they support the campaign and they help us bridge the gap. We have close to a little over 79,000, or right in that ballpark, yet to raise. There for a while, we were kind of under that, but because of our pool issue and some of the problems that we kind of encountered there, and ended up spending quite a bit more to make those improvements with our leaks underneath the deck. We kind of cut a few things out of our budget. And that happens sometimes, when you take on a capital campaign, that there's so many things you want to do. Sometimes some things get in the way, cost a little more than what you had anticipated, or something comes up like the leaks underground in the pool. And we had to fix that. We had to make those repairs. So we should see a return on investment, with that money, hopefully, that we save each month. So that'll be big for the Y. So, maybe one problem sort of creates another, but in the end, the timing was right for us to try to address it and make those improvements. So, but we're excited. We still have a few things just to wrap up, and getting close to the end of our drive and end of the campaign, and just can't thank the community and the county enough.
I'm sure you're excited to be able to put a bow on it, and then be able to kind of give that walk through that tour, and just kind of show off what work has been done. And so, Bruce, I'd love to talk a little bit more about the YMCA and all the events that we've got coming up as well, with these new upgraded facilities as well. And so we'll do so when we come back around on the WTIM Morning Show, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville.
WTIM. Let's check the markets now. The RFD Radio Network. I'm Jim Taylor. Corn and beans lower. Wheat trading steady at this hour. March corn down 9 1/4, 444 1/4. May corn 461 down 8 1/2. December new crop 451 1/2 down 3 1/2. March beans down 12 1/4, 999 1/4. May beans down 12 1/2, 1013 1/4. And new crop November 1019 1/2 down a dime. March Chicago wheat up 2, 539. May wheat down 2 1/4, 553 1/2. March bean meal 290.10. That's down $1.60. March bean oil 43.01 down 52 cents. Livestock trade, March feeders 273.15 down $1.82. April live cattle 191.47 down $1.17. April lean hogs down 12 cents, 83.50. Energy market, April crude oil 69.48 down 28 cents. Jim Taylor on the RFD Radio Network.
Did you know that March is National Save Your Vision Month? Dr. Deborah Smothers-Champley and Dr. Max Craigs believes that being proactive is key. Here are some key reminders straight from the experts on how to keep your eyes in good shape. Limit your screen time to alleviate eye strain. Always wear protective eyewear when engaging in sports or handiwork to protect from any hazards. And last but not least, make sure to schedule your regular eye appointment because regular checkups are important. Call today to schedule your appointment. Advanced Eye Care in Taylorville. Modern eye care, old-fashioned caring.
Looking for top-notch equipment or event rentals in Christian County and beyond? Discover Rural Rentals in Taylorville, your trusted partner for quality and service. As a family-owned business, we take pride in offering a wide range of rentals, from tools and excavators to tables, chairs, and linens for your special events. We're committed to delivering exceptional service and unbeatable value. Experience the difference of working with a local business that puts you first. Visit us at Rural Rentals, 1001 North Cheney Street in Taylorville, where quality and community come together.
If you're 40 and over, you'll recognize these artists by their first names. Frank, Dean, Sammy, Andy, Nat, Diana, Michael. Well, here's the big news. You can now hear Central Illinois' largest music library with over 3,500 songs on air and online at 965thechill.com. Tune in on the FM dial in Christian County and on your computer or smartphone. Hear these great artists and many more 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on 965thechill.com.
Hi, this is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. Find out about all the products and services we provide by clicking our icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
If you don't want to deal with snow and ice at our age, Taylorville Estates Assisted Living can help you leave those winter worries behind and embrace a warmer way of life. Get on their waiting list now by clicking their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
WTIM.
And we're back around with the WTIM morning show here on your information station. Joining us now, it's Bruce Blanchon, and he is the executive director of the Christian County YMCA. I'm Grayson Bauman, and we're brought to you by great folks like People's Bank and Trust and Landmark of Taylorville. Bruce and I have been talking about the Capital Campaign Fund, an upcoming donor lunch on Thursday, March 13th, and record levels of membership. Anything with those that we need to touch on before we start talking about what's coming up?
No, I tell you what though, as I was coming over here for the interview, one of our aquatic staff took a picture of our water fitness group, and there were 18 people in the pool this morning in a class. And that was like, I mean, you know, Tanner Jones, our program director, and Tom Pickett, one of our key guards, through that small little chat, I'm just like, how exciting is that? How cool is that? And that's kind of what we're seeing, you know, a lot of higher membership numbers, higher participation in our fitness classes. We had received a grant from the U.S. Bank Foundation a few years ago, and we purchased 2 batting cages.
Okay.
And we've been providing a service for a lot of softball and baseball teams and you know, just people in the community and in the area who want to come out and bring their kids out and utilize the cages. And so, and then, you know, just with all the improvements, our wellness center and activity center and family aquatic center getting so much usage now. So it's really nice to see, being we had our issues and we were kind of shut down for 5 months in the pool. So seeing that we're busy and that we're serving so many people, it's, you know, we're trying to have a big 3-on-3 tournament coming up here soon. Tanner and the staff, Maggie Vokes, our membership director, Ashley Vokes, our marketing specialist, and Jill Ruat, our you know, program coordinator. They're kind of getting everything ready for a big 3-on-3 tournament. I know Tanner's been working hard and getting a lot of teams involved, and we're still 3 weeks away or so, but we got at least a dozen to 13 teams registered already. By now having 4 full half courts is going to be amazing, because before we just had smaller half courts and we taped the floor, you know, we made it look like it was meant to be, but it took a lot of work. And now, that floor. It has that hardwood look. It's a rubberized floor that has about a little over an eighth of an inch or a little more like foam underneath it, and it's made for our gym. It's specifically designed to serve in those areas. So the CEO program approached us, and they would like to host a big pickleball tournament too coming up. So there's a lot of things that we're looking at doing, and by having that new floor, Tanner's already hosted one pickleball tournament. It was about a month ago, and now CEO program is going to host a tournament on Saturday, April 5th, and we're going to host a volleyball tournament in May. We're going to be working with Julie Soliday and her group that she serves. She serves so many kids, young kids in volleyball, and they mainly play over in Stonington, but we're going to host a tournament, at the Y. So that's our goal, was to try to get more involved, host more tournaments, get involved with other organizations, other groups, to, maybe have like the year-end tournament at the Y. And our goal was never to put anybody out of business. We want to work with every group out there. We just want to provide that space for them that we'll benefit, you'll benefit, kids would love it, parents would love it. Come on out and use our facilities. So that's what we're trying to do. We usually offer senior seminars. We've started to do that with our endowment program the last year and a half to 2 years. And either the 14th or 18th of April, we'll be having another spring seminar. Jay Bollinger, one of our board members, our vice president, who's on our endowment committee, he secured AgeLink out of Springfield, and they're going to come down and kind of share a bunch of information with active older adults. And so our goal is just not only just for facilities, but it's for programs. We want to offer fitness programs. We want to offer information for people. We've tried to host different seminars for seniors and active older adults that that are important to them, and so it's everything, right, Grayson? I mean, we're trying to do what we can with the facilities that we have and serve everyone in this county. And when spring soccer starts on Saturday, April 12th, and I think Tanner and Maggie and Ashley were saying like last week that we had, I think, close to 80 people registered, or if not more, right in that ballpark. And that's really big, because we've got a little over a month to go, and that many people have registered. So I think what we're seeing is people do really enjoy what we're doing, the improvements we're making. They see that we want to walk the walk and talk the talk. We want to provide a really nice facility. We want to offer a lot of programs, and more people are getting involved. So that's really cool.
And I hope they'll do so as well with the donor lunch coming up on Thursday, March 13th. 79,000 or so, you said, is hoping to bridge the gap there. But I believe in that, because I think if the community gets to see, hey, this is what we're doing, why not go support it? And so I hope all the more support comes your way, and it's kind of the why to the why, and so I appreciate your passion for it too, because I think your passion also kind of trickles down and probably helps in the others as well. So Bruce, thank you so much for joining me here on the WTIM Morning Show. He'll be back around next month to talk more about the Christian County YMCA and all things going on over there. You're listening to WTIM, your information station.
The Big 870 WTIM Assumption Taylorville, 96.1 W241 CF Taylorville, 107.5 W298 CD Shelbyville, 107.9 W300 EH Payne and Nokomis.
This hour from townhall.com. I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. Ukrainian President Zelensky believes his country's relationship with the U.S. will continue despite last week's contentious White House meeting. He says deal, though, to end the war with Russia still very far away. The diplomatic upheaval prompted European leaders to hold an emergency weekend summit to show support for Ukraine. Britain's prime minister said Europe must do more of the heavy lifting to defend itself.
We've agreed that the UK, France and others will work with Ukraine on a plan to stop the fighting. Then we'll discuss that plan with the United States.
Britain now says there are several proposals on the table for a possible Ukraine ceasefire. The White House has been reluctant to criticize Russia for its invasion, and President Trump says he trusts Moscow. But House Speaker Mike Johnson says Russian President Vladimir Putin is dangerous and not to be trusted.
In an interview on CNN, Speaker Johnson was asked, "What is your view on Vladimir Putin?" Johnson responded, quote, "I think Vladimir Putin is an old school communist, a former KGB agent, and he's not to be trusted, and he is dangerous." Johnson's comments follow a tense Oval Office meeting between President Trump, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, and Vice President Vance on Friday, in which the president and Zelensky argued over U.S. support for Ukraine. Johnson said that Trump is, quote, "trying to be a change agent, to broker peace, and to put an end to this conflict, and you have to have both parties at the table to do that." Bernie Bennett reporting.
President Trump says tariffs on Canada and Mexico will start tomorrow.
The tariffs are necessary because we've been treated very unfairly by many, many countries, including our friends, friend and foe.
Honda today reportedly will start producing its Honda Civic Hybrid in Indiana instead of Mexico. Reuters says it will start production there in 2028 to avoid potential tariffs. Townhall.com.
Charlie Kirk here. I've been thinking, why does it feel like losing weight is harder than ever before? Mixed messages, fad diets, and quick fix solutions. Many people are left stuck and exhausted trying to fight a battle they can't seem to win. If you feel this way, you're not alone. I used to feel that way too. But let me tell you, it's not your fault. Your body is working against you, and delaying action only makes it harder. I took a step 2 years ago and called PhD Weight Loss and Nutrition and lost 40 pounds. I feel great and have kept it off. If you're ready to make a change for life, call 855-696-2020. That is 855-696-2020 to schedule your weight loss consultation. The first 11 callers who mention healthy will get 2 free weeks added to their weight loss package. Call 855-696-2020 and mention the word healthy. Visit them at myphdweightloss.com. That is myphdweightloss.com. It works, everybody. Check it out at myphdweightloss.com.
The CEO of a national grocery and pharmacy chain is stepping down.
Kroger chairman and CEO Rodney McMullen is stepping down after an internal investigation into his personal conduct. The company said that the investigation into McMullen's personal conduct was unrelated to the business, but was found to be inconsistent with Kroger's business ethics policy. Board member Ronald Sargent will serve as chairman and interim CEO, effective immediately. McMullen, who is 64, began his career with Kroger in 1978. He served as Kroger's CEO since 2014. I'm Haya Panchwani.
The Vatican says Pope Francis had a good night's rest. All indications suggest he has overcome the possible risks from a respiratory crisis last week. He's also recovering from pneumonia. The 88-year-old Pope is stable and off mechanical ventilation, but not out of danger, they say. News and analysis at townhall.com. Today is the first day of Wall Street trading in March following a volatile February that saw the major averages lose ground for the month.
The February losses came despite Friday's powerful rally that saw the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P advance more than 1% each. For the month, though, the Nasdaq was the biggest loser, dropping almost 4%. The S&P shed close to 1.5%, and the Dow fell 1.6% for the month. The benchmarks held on to Friday's gains despite the Oval Office blow-up between President Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky. The rally briefly stalled, but then resumed to the closing bell. Rich Thomason reporting.
A private lunar lander touched down on the moon, delivering a drill and other experiments for NASA. Firefly Aerospace became the first private outfit to put a spacecraft on the moon without crashing or falling over. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's Cousin Bill from Illinois Paving.
Driveway problems? Are you tired of wasting money on the cheap fix that never lasts for your driveway? If you want your driveway fixed correctly and you're looking for the best bang for your buck, not just a cheap overnight fix, call Cousin Bill at Illinois Paving. We're not always the cheapest, but we feel like the extra money you
of Taylorville.
Let's check the market.
Hi, this is Will Perkins.
It's when to worry.
Yeah.
You know, and so I appreciate your passion for it too, because I think your passion also kind of trickles down and probably
I
helps.
hope so.
Helps
Yeah,
others
I hope so.
as well. So, Bruce, thank you so much for joining
Thank
me.
you.
70 WTIM is
TIM Morning Show. Brought
The station.
Brian Barnhart here.
You know what
Is believing.
listening to the WTIM Morning Show here on your information station. for joining us here.
Now, Big 8
Our toll-free
limited.
Chip Flory here.
Online at PS Print. Come check out in a larger space.
Christian County Restaurant.
News.com.
And story. The Taylorville FF. It's also made its way into the busy week.
In my essay book, I'm running.
Are about to embark on a trip on February 26th. Internment will be at February 15th through the 22nd. Both Beck books that they had worked so diligently on. The cherry on top for this massive
In my breeding book, that's where I take care of my brood ewes that I breed.
I had I made $15 an hour and had taxes taken out of each paycheck, and then
that they had worked so diligently on.
Yep. Also, in my essay book, I'm running around 20 brood ewes, so that'd be mama sheep, where I have a breeding book and a market book. So in my breeding book, that's where I take my broods that I breed.
oh, I moved into a crop placement or production book and fiber.
The cherry on top for this massive undertaking is these students have by visiting them at their Facebook page. Jacob McWard and Riker
has really come about from
Relief for Working Families, Illinois House Republican. Republican legislators framed the package as a response to economic concerns continue for only local news radio. It's sponsored by State Representative Mike Coffey, a Republican out of Springfield. The bill would create tax through the Department of Revenue, taxpayers to contribute to scholarship granting organizations. facing working families. Prospects remain to be seen as discussions will continue to be had in Springfield. Get details on these and other stories at news.com or on WTIM, your only local news radio. For CTI. Street and Sewer Committee are looking at a special 130 soldiers and their families attending the Effingham ceremony. You are listening to WTIM, your information station. It's time now. The Taylorville City Council is set to for Operation Spark. Illinois House Republicans introduced their Relief for Working Families bill package during a press conference on Thursday.
So we're still serving pork burgers, lunch, go back to their classroom and enjoy their day.
I think we were leaning on Friday to be Freedom Friday.
Sun Funeral Home in Springfield. 86-year-old and 80-year-old Daniel.
I'm sorry. The person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has set up yet. Please try your call. Goodbye.
Hi, this is Matt. Sorry I missed your call. Leave your name and number and a short message. I'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Hi, Matt. This is Grayson Bauman with WTIM of the Miller Media Group here in Taylorville. Just wanted to reach out to you about our weekly recording to go ahead and see if we could take care of that. I'll give you another call here in just a little bit, but just wanted to reach out and get things recorded here for this week. And so if you would either give us a call back or, like I said, we'll be reaching back out much.